Jackson, after his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Ravens and the Jags on Sunday Night Primetime.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's coming a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Jackson looking to throw right away. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Jackson's throw taken in by London. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. From the 16, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with career touchdown number 70. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Being chased at, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping him for the sack. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jaguars go on offense 1st down at 10. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Oh, what a move. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick-6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. That started back at the 15. They pick up 15. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That'll be caught by Anderson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Another tote for Etienne. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Lawrence out to his left. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
13. Hey, middle.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Gang time in it. Gang time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throws on target to Duvernay. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Six yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs. Hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to air one out for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 64 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I pull up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll go again with Dobbins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up the first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Oh, what a juke into space. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. This defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Lawrence to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll get it down in the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Jaguars at 9-3 here on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Forced out to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this is going to remain a 1-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in his first half. Now Dobbins again on second down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
From the 36, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Jaguars getting set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gay's kick is good, and they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and minicamps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they run the option on second down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. and that trend is continuing here.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 93 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
To about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. To throw is Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They go play action now. Lawrence. And this one is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. A gain of 22. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jags are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Dobbins hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Etienne once more. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12. A big 1st down to get away from the end zone. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A give to Etienne running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Down to about the 37.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, ETN. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up the chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And it's what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Another nice job there defensively. They really stymied their passing attempts. And it can continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys. They're like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, and it's intercepted. Both offenses sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT. And now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now this throw caught left side.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace boom going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open. And it's
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. The Ravens send their punter out now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. So here are the Jaguars now with a long field ahead. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now Lawrence on first down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A give running right, Etienne. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. 5 yards from the end zone, first and goal. Now Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Devontae Smith with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. He's got room at the 30. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins with career touchdown number 70. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. ETN up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
And Andrews lost the football, and the Jags grab it. Always got some breathing room. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. Touchdown Jaguars! Evan Ingram from 6 yards away. And the Jaguars have moved. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third down conversion from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And complete to Drake London. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3 yards rushing for him now to this point. 4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. Now Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with career touchdown number 75. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 46 yards. Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Second down and 5. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Etienne. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And got his man complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Lawrence to throw. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the interception, here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 145 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 41, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Play action. Now Jackson.
I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, For the park and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. Taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time you lead a
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 30 on second down, Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Jackson now.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 10 yards away.
And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
From the 24, Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Dobbins will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Another impressive. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
3rd and goal, here's the option left. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And now out come the Jags. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.